Hello and welcome to Easy Education. I am Ritu Patra and today in this session we will revise our current affairs through MCQ and with explanation so that you can memorize it properly. Okay, so let's start the session. Today's first question is related to Raman effect. So let's see the question. With reference to Raman effect, consider the following statements. Statement 1. Raman effect is related to the scattering of a photon by molecules of a medium. Statement 2. It can be used by scientists to gain information about materials composition. And statement 3. The principle of Raman effect is used in Doppler radar. Now, which of the statements given above is or are correct? Let's see the options. Option A, 1 and 2 only. Option B, 2 and 3 only. And option C, 1 and 3 only. Option D, 1, 2, 3 all. So let's see once again. A Raman effect is related to the scattering of a photon by molecules of a medium is absolutely correct. Statement 2. It can be used by scientists to gain information about materials composition. This is also absolutely correct. Next, the principle of Raman effect is used in Doppler radar. This is incorrect. Okay, so here the correct option will option A, that is 1 and 2 only. Let's see the explanation. 28th February. The day is celebrated as National Science Day. Why we celebrate this day? Because on that day, Sir C.V. Raman comments the honor of his legacy and he discovered the Raman effect on that day. Right? Next, let's see the explanation in detail. Raman is the inelastic scattering of a photon by molecules which are excited to higher vibrational or rotational energy levels. It is also called as Raman scattering. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Next, in simpler words, it can be a change in the wavelength of light that occurs when a light beam is deflected by molecules. The Raman effect forms the basis for Raman spectroscopy, which is used by chemists and physicists to gain information about materials. That's why statement 2 is also correct. Now, spectroscopy is the study of the interaction between matter and electromagnetic radiation. Okay, so this is very important. What is spectroscopy? Okay, it is the study of the interaction between matter and electromagnetic radiation. Okay, now let's see. A Doppler radar is specialized by radar that uses the Doppler effect, not Raman effect. Okay, that uses the Doppler effect to produce velocity data about object at a distance. So that's why statement 3 is incorrect. Next question. Next question about the map. Okay, let's see. Yemen. Yemen shares its border with option A, Red Sea, option B, United Arab Emirates, option 3, Gulf of Aden, statement 5, Oman, and statement Saudi Arabia. Okay, so now select the correct answer using the code given below. Option A, statement 2, 3 and 4 only. Option B, 1, 3, 4 and 5 only. Option C, 1, 2, 4 and 5 only. And option D, that is 1, 3 and 4 only. So here the correct option will be, that is, so the Yemen shares its border with Red Sea, Gulf of Aden, Saudi Arabia and Oman. It's not share its boundary with UAE. Okay, so option 2 is incorrect. And so let's see the explanation why Yemen is in news recently. Okay, recently a ballistic missile attack by the Houthis on the Saudi capital Riyadh was destroyed the Saudi-led coalition fighting Yemen's Iranian aligned Houthi group. Okay, and Yemen is strategically important because it sits on a strait linking the Red Sea with the Gulf of Aden, through which much of the world's oil shipment pass. Okay, so that's why Yemen is strategically important. Next, What is India in interest with Yemen? For India, it is a challenge which cannot be washed away, taking into consideration the well security and 8 million expats living in the region with more than USD 80 billion of incoming remittance annually. Okay. Next, which initiative India takes with Yemen? Okay. First, Operation Rahat. India launched a massive air and sea operation to evacuate over 4,000 Indian nationals from Yemen in April 2015. And humanitarian assistance, India has provided food and medical aid to Yemen in the past, and thousands of Yemeni nationals have availed from medical treatment in India over the past few years. India also continues to facilitate education of a large number of Yemeni nationals in various Indian institutions. Okay. Next question. With reference to Small Farmers Agribusiness Consortium, consider the following statement. That was recently in news, that the short form is SFAC. Okay. Let's see the statement. Statement 1. SFAC is an autonomous body. Statement 2. It provides support for the promotion of the farmer producer organization. Now, which of the statements given above is or are correct? Option A, 1 only. Option B, 2 only. Option C, both 1 and 2. And option D, neither 1 nor 2. So here the correct option, let's see once again. SAFC is an autonomous body, and this is absolutely correct. It provides support for the promotion of farmers producer organization. This is also absolutely correct. So our correct option will option C, that is both 1 and 2 are correct. Okay. Let's see the explanation. Small Farmers Agro-Business Consortium, that is SFAC, was established in 1994 under Societies Registration Act 1860 as an autonomous body promoted by the Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare. Okay, that's why statement 1 is correct. Next, the concept of farmer producer organization, that is APO, consists of collectivization of producers, especially small and marginal farmers, so as to form an effective alliance to collectively address many challenges of agriculture, such as improve access to investment, technology, inputs and markets. Okay. Now, Small Farmers Agro-Business Consortium provides support for the promotion of APOs, that is Farmers Producer Organization. So that's why statement 2 is also correct. Next question. Frequently in news, totalization agreement and special 301 report are related to, let's see, option A, European Union, option B, ASEAN, option C, United States of America, and option D, China. So here the correct option is United States of America. Okay, let's see the explanation. One of the issues in India-US trade relationship, totalization agreement will allow India professionals working in the USA to get a refund of social security contribution that they make while working in the USA. And now about Special 301. India remains on the Special 301 priority watch list for 2020 prepared by the United States Trade Representatives based on concerns owing to its treatment of patents, infringement rates and protection of trade secrets. Okay, so let's see next question. With reference to Purple Revolution, consider the following statements. Statement 1, it is related to cultivation of lavender. Statement 2, Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, that is CSIR, is the body responsible for the Purple Revolution. I will mention this is very important for your exam perspective. Let's see which of the statements given above is or are correct. Option A, 1 only. Option B, 2 only. Option C, both 1 and 2. And option D, neither 1 not 2. So here the correct option is, let's see once again. Option A, it is related to the cultivation of lavender, is absolutely correct. Statement 2, Council of Scientific and Industrial Research is the body responsible for the Purple Revolution. This is also absolutely correct. So here the correct option will option C, that is both 1 and 2 are correct. Let's see the explanation. Around 500 farmers across village in Doda district of Jammu has had their incomes quadrupled after shifting from maize to lavender cultivation, which is being called Purple Revolution. So this is a new revolution at this time, Purple Revolution related to lavender. Okay, it was possible due to the initiative taken under the Aroma Mission. Okay, so that's why statement 1 is correct. And next, Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, that is CSIR, and Indian Institute of Integrative Medicine, Jammu, the two bodies are mainly responsible for making Purple Revolution under the Aroma Mission a success. Okay, that's why statement 2 is also correct. Next question. With reference to National Security Council NSC, consider the following statement. Option statement 1, NSC is a 3-tier organization. Statement 2, it has recently been formed in 2015. And statement 3, NSC is headed by the National Security Advisor. Let's see which of the statements given above is or are correct. Option A, 1 only. Option B, 1 and 2 only. Option C, 1 and 3 only. And option D, 1, 2, 3 all are correct. So let's see the once again. NSC is a 3-tier organization. This is absolutely correct. It has recently been formed in 2015. This is incorrect. NSC is headed by the National Security Advisor. This is also incorrect. So here the correct statement is statement 1, that is option A, 1 only. Okay, let's see the explanation. The National Security Council comprises the 3-tier structure strategic policy group, the National Security Advisor group, and the National Security Council Secretariat. So the 3-tier structure are Strategic Policy Group, that is SPG, the National Security Advisor Board, that is NSAB, and National Security Council Secretariat. That's why statement 1 is correct. Next, India formed a National Security Council in 1999, not in 2015. Okay, where all aspects of national security are deliberated upon it. That's why statement 2 is incorrect. Next, NSC act as the apex body headed by the Prime Minister, the Minister of Home Affairs, Defence, External Affairs and Finance as its member, and the National Security Advisor acts as its secretary. Okay, that's why statement 3 is incorrect. And the SPG, chaired by the Cabinet Secretary, SPG means Strategic Policy Group, that is chaired by the Cabinet Secretary, is the principal forum for interministerial coordination, integration of the relevant input. The NSAB, that is National Security Advisory Board, okay, undertakes long-term analysis and provides perspectives on issues of national security. Okay, next question. Consider the following statements. Statement 1, Simlipal Biosphere Reserve is the first from India to be recognized under the Man and Biosphere Reserve Program. Statement 2, Bhitarkanika National Park is home to all the target congregation of the endangered saltwater crocodile in the country. Now, which of the statements given above is or are correct? Option A, 1 only. Option B, 2 only. Option C, both 1 and 2. And option D, neither 1 nor 2. So, let's see once again. Simlipal Biosphere Reserve is the first from India to be recognized under the Man and Biosphere Reserve Program. This is incorrect. Bhitarkanika National Park is home to largest congregation of the endangered saltwater crocodile in the country. This is absolutely correct. So statement 2 is correct only. So that is option B, 2 only. Okay, let's see the explanation. India has total 18 biosphere reserve, and with the inclusion of Panna Biosphere Reserve, the number of internationally designated WNBR has become 12. In 2000, the Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve became the first BR from India to be included in the WNBR. Okay. Now, in 2018, the Kanchenjunga Biosphere Reserve became the 11th Biosphere Reserve to be included in the list. That's why statement 1 is incorrect. Now, Bhitarkanika National Park is home to the largest congregation of the endangered saltwater crocodile in the country. That's why statement 2 is correct. Okay. This is very, very important for your exam. Let's see the next question. The Ramamurthy Committee Report 1990 Unnikrishnan JP versus State of Andhra Pradesh and others 1993 case, and Tapas Majumdar Committee 1999 are related to option A reservation, option B sedition, option C education, and option D environment. So the correct option is it's related to education. Okay, let's see the explanation. The first official document on the right to education was the Ramamurthy Committee report in 1990. Okay, in 1993, the Supreme Court's landmark judgment on the Unnikrishnan JP versus State of Andhra Pradesh and others held that education is a fundamental right flowing from Article 21. Then Tapas Majumdar Committee 1999 was set up, which encompassed insertion of Article 21A. 21A is mentioned, the right to education. Okay. Next, the 86th Constitutional Amendment in 2002 provided the right to education as a fundamental right in Part 3 of the Constitution. Okay. It inserted Article 21A, which made right to education a fundamental right for the children between 6 to 14 years. It provided for a Fellow of Legislation Right to Education Act 2009. Okay. Next, the Technology and Innovation Report is released by, very, very important question. Option A UNCTAD, option B WEF, that is World Economic Forum, option C Niti Aayog, and option D WTO, World Trade Organization. Okay, so the correct option will UNCTAD. Let's see the explanation. The Technology and Innovation Report is released by the UNCTAD. India was the biggest overperformer in frontier technologies than the countries as per capita gross domestic products. Okay, and it would suggest, according to our recent country readiness index of the Technology and Innovation Report in 2021. Okay, next question. Next, consider the following statements. Statement 1. The Constitution empowers the Chief Justice of India to establish certain additional courts for the better administration of laws on matters enumerated in the Union list. And statement 2. The Constitution authorizes Parliament to appoint other place or places than Delhi as seat of the Supreme Court. Now, which of the statements given above is or are correct? Let's see the options. Option A, 1 only. Option B, 2 only. Option C, both 1 and 2. And option D, neither 1 nor 2. So here the correct option will option D, that is both are incorrect. Okay, let's see the explanation. Article 247 of the Constitution gives power to Parliament to establish certain additional courts for better administration of laws made by it or of any existing laws with respect to a matter enumerated in the Union list. That's why statement 1 is incorrect. Next, the Constitution declares Delhi as the seat of Supreme Court, but it also authorizes the Chief Justice of India to appoint other place or places as seat of the Supreme Court. Okay, he can take decision in this regard and only with the approval of the president. So that's why statement 2 is incorrect. Okay, next see, with reference to inert waste, consider the following statement. Statement 1, they react with atmosphere to transform into hazardous substances. Okay, statement 2, construction and demolition materials such as metal, masonry are a type of inert waste. Now, which of the statements given above is or are correct? Option A, 1 only. Option B, 2 only. Option C, both 1 and 2. And option D, neither 1 nor 2. Let's see once again. They react with the atmosphere to transform into hazardous substances. This is incorrect. Statement 2, construction and demolition materials such as metal, masonry and are a type of inert waste. This is absolutely correct. So statement 2 is correct only. That is option B is the correct answer. Let's see the explanation. Inert waste is a waste which is neither biologically nor chemically reactive and is waste which will not decompose or decompose very slowly. Okay, these wastes usually don't pose a threat to the environment or the health of animals or other people and will not endanger the quality of water courses. That's why statement 2 is incorrect. Okay, next, inert waste includes but not limited to construction and demolition materials such as metal, wood, bricks, masonry, cement, concrete, asphalt, concrete, metal, tree branches, bottom ash from coal fire boilers and waste coal fines from air pollution control equipment. Okay, so that's why statement 2 is a correct option. That's all for this session. If you like this session, do like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel Easy Education. You can join our YouTube Telegram channel, that is Easy Education Ritu. Okay, thanks for watching the video.